Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to Pokémon Puzzle University. I wanted to say it's Pokémon Puzzle League. The mode we're playing is Pokémon... Wait. The mode we're playing is Puzzle University and we're playing Pokémon Puzzle League. Okay, my brain is apparently not working today, so doing these puzzles is probably going to end up in disaster. Very promising as a start. Hopefully I can actually shut my brain on while I'm trying to get in here. Let's go for save file Treecks. Need to be careful not to go for guest. That is actually what I'm using in order to test out the puzzles. And apparently last time I played I ended with the 3D puzzles of class 2. And therefore only having the action puzzles remaining. Just like the 3D puzzles, they are not going to be as simple as the basic puzzles. These actually also have a catch. And the catch for the action puzzles is actually something I kind of gave away during other puzzles already. These heavily make use of skill chains and therefore doing stuff like this. Use this as a trigger and then find out one red block will remain. In order to clear this puzzle we need to make a move after we do the trigger. And therefore... And obviously not like this. Yeah, for these action puzzles you need to... make sure you're skilled with the skill chains. And therefore timing is also very important. As you can clearly see, the move is obvious, but we can't always perform it. If you're too late or too early, it won't count. So get your timing ready for the action puzzles, because it is going to be needed in these skill chain puzzles.
Almost there.
Even though I did already solve a couple of basic puzzles with skill chains as well. I know. But for these puzzles you actually need to do it. There's no other way to clear these puzzles other than skill chains. They are specifically designed for it, so be careful. You can see what happens here. Trigger to the right and also trigger the red blocks in time. Otherwise 2 will stay behind and this way they will clear. For some of the later puzzles in the action form the timing actually becomes really freaking difficult. Luckily, even these puzzles start off relatively easy. Like this one, we need to make a 7 combo here, but we can only do it like this. So before the first set of red blocks disappears, make your move. And then you will be able to clear the 7. And the blue ones in the end. So, it looks like we're already getting stuff done. Let's move on to number 5. This one looks very easy at first. But these 4 yellow blocks obviously will only work like this. Or like this.
Almost there.
Also works. This one is not per se a skill chain because of it, as you can see. Actually, clearing this one as a skill chain requires very strict timing. But luckily, it can also work like that. Oh, I really like this one. Watch. First red, purple, and green. Need to make multiple moves while the trigger's already made. 4 moves, and 3 of them are actually used after the trigger. Oh, that is going to become so much worse later on. Okay, this one's also pretty easy. Triggering a T-shaped 5, but that will only work like this. Doing it before the first green blocks disappear.
Yes, keep it up.
That is the skill chain in this one. 48.
Almost there.
This one looks simple. But there's of course obviously a catch here. There's 6 green blocks I see.
Almost there.
This clearly does not work. What am I missing here? I did not deem practicing the 3D puzzles and the action puzzles necessary beforehand. This one is kind of making me regret that, I see. No, I'm approaching this one as a basic puzzle way too much. It should be a skill chain. But where? This perhaps?
Almost there.
It's pretty obvious the top green block in the middle row is used for those other 2, but we need to get rid of those bottom 3 first. So let's do it like this. Yeah, and then we have something. Okay, this one was surprisingly difficult for only the first set of action puzzles. This one kind of broke me a little bit.
Very impressive.
But luckily the trigger was obvious, so in the end I was able to puzzle my way through. Oh god. I think I know which one this is. In that case I'm going to enjoy this one, because this is the one where we need to shove blocks in between falling blocks. Like this. And then we need to push this purple one, push the yellow one, and pushing this green one is actually pretty difficult. You need to push it into an L shape, and that is obviously a pretty difficult timing. There we go. Definitely the most awesome puzzle in here.
That's great.
Of course, it's going to get beaten by even better puzzles later on. But when it comes to this first set, this is definitely my favorite one.
Almost there.
This one is probably the most difficult one to perform, because here we need to pull a falling block. It's still relatively easy to see. And therefore we conclude the first set of the action puzzles. And therefore automatically also conclude Class 2 of the Puzzle University. You have been a great help, Lorelei. And Poliwhirl.
Oh,
of course,
good.
I'm not going to forget about you. And we get the Professor Diploma. The second diploma in the Puzzle University. However, as you might have expected already, there's also a third class, making all three of the puzzle forms we've seen so far, basic, 3D and action, even more challenging. So yeah, some practicing was necessary yesterday in order to test out the basic puzzles. And yes, I can already give away, there's a lot of tricky ones in here. It was definitely necessary. Not per se for this first one, because this one is pretty obvious. Purple blocks go in the middle, and that is the trigger. Pretty easy. But I must say, I really like the fact that in the previous class we actually had Lorelei, actual Elite Four, teaching us how to do the puzzles.
Way to go.
And now we get taught by the janitor. Come on, Brock, what are you doing? Let's just finish this puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, there's a spare yellow block over here.
Yeah.
See, that's what you get for getting lost in stories. You immediately don't pay attention anymore. And that is something I should be
You're
doing.
really good.
Otherwise, this is going to end very badly. Oh, tower puzzles, why? Although, this one I of course also practiced, so I do kinda know what I need to do. Emphasis on the kinda. This is not it. Purple blocks. This is where the key is here, I'm pretty sure. But how to line them out? I was able to find the solution yesterday, but apparently it did not save in my memory. Should have paid better attention to this one. Because I clearly don't remember. I think those purple blocks needed to fall vertically. Should not be lining them out vertically, I need to do it like this. Yeah, this is what we need to do. Pull this blue block. That falls on the green one. Yeah, this one is actually pretty difficult to see, I must admit. Took me a couple of minutes yesterday. And luckily only a couple of seconds today. Because in the end I did remember the solution, somewhat. Okay, this next one is another tower one, but luckily this one I do remember. We need to pull the green block out of the tower, and then we can actually use the bottom 3 green blocks in order to create a trigger, and the rest will follow. This one is definitely a lot easier than the previous one.
You did it.
Okay. Number 5. Okay, 6 blocks of each. Now remember this one being pretty simple. You just need to line everything out at the bottom. And also trigger at the bottom. You're tempted to actually shove around in the stuff on the higher rows. But if you look closely, you'll see everything is already lined out there. All you have to do is check the bottom on this one.
Well done.
Easy enough. Puzzle number 6. This one I declare easy. I see 5 red blocks, and therefore it's pretty obvious what we need to do with them. You don't have to go try to make an L shape out of the red blocks here. The mess of the green blocks make that impossible. But a T shape also works. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's the only thing that works. Number 7. I think all we need to do is make a combo here. Or maybe not. It seems we need to line a couple of things out first. We do almost get the solution this way. So let's get this yellow block in place. So it will fall as a T-shaped 5. And this way it should work. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes whenever trying to clear puzzles, all you need to do is look at the obvious trigger.
Really good.
And everything that is not aligned will always reveal itself. And that is also a way to deduct yourself towards the answer of the puzzle.
Yeah.
This looks tempting as a trigger, however there's 6 of these green blocks, so an L shape is definitely not a possibility here. The green blocks need to fall in 2 sets of 3, which we can actually accomplish like this. However, as you can see, now we have an L shape pointing towards the right, so let's make sure they don't clear as 5, but only as 3. And that way we have the solution. Very interesting puzzle, this one. Playing around with something you would normally see as a trigger, however, fooling you.
That's the way.
And the trigger is actually something else. Always can appreciate puzzles like those. This one just looks like a big mess of way too many blocks. The trigger here is this set over here. Of course not.
Yeah.
That would be way too anticlimactic. This looks a lot more promising, but is apparently also not what we're looking for. I am pretty sure we need to work with the blocks in the middle.
Yeah.
Not like this. There's 2 on top, yellow ones. Let's take a look at these dark blue blocks. I don't think this is lined out, so let's try it like this. Nah, we have 2 dark blue blocks remaining, so how do we get all of these blue blocks in one line? This is still not lined out. Oh, wait. Need to switch this one so the red ones also line out. Yeah, this should work.
Yeah.
Ooh, awesome. Did not see that 9 combo coming. I did see they were lined out, but that they actually fell like that. Awesome.
You did it.
Cool puzzle. I can appreciate that one. This one looks relatively simple compared to the previous one. Need to try working with these green ones, I think, as a trigger. These purple ones are not aligned. And if I do align them, I don't have enough moves in order to make the trigger anymore. So apparently that is not the solution. Oh, this is it already. I was just trying something out. Apparently my memory took over. My apologies on that one.
Well done.
That one went by quite quickly. 5 moves for this one, okay. Now we have 5 red blocks. So you know what time it is. How can we make an L shape out of this one? Pull this one, so we have 3 on the bottom. This left one becomes the trigger. Pull this one, and the red block on top. Yeah, there we go. Looks intimidating, 5 moves. But the fact that there were also 5 blocks. 5 moves for 5 blocks. But anyway, the 5 blocks actually gave away what we needed to do. And that does not seem to be the case here. 6 purple ones, 6 red ones. So they're separate sets, all of them. But how do we line them out? Red is lined out. So let's make a trigger out of these purple ones. So the green ones also line out, and we have a solution. Awesome. Remembered this one from yesterday. This is the kind of puzzle where practicing definitely helped.
You're really
Otherwise, I
good.
wouldn't have seen it that quickly. I can be honest here. Okay, another 5 moves. We have 4 blue blocks and 4 green ones. The light blue blocks are 3. So they promise to be the trigger here. Yeah, this becomes a trigger. Push this down. So the green ones are already lined out. So all we have to do is line these dark blue ones out. And we have the moves to do so, so... Pretty easy. Man, why are all the puzzles where you get 5 moves the easiest ones? Despite all of the moves you get, those puzzles also give away what you need to do a little bit too clearly. Number 14, we have 3 moves this time. And there's 4 light blue blocks. So, I'm pretty sure this is not what we need to do. Can't really see a continuation here. But how do we continue? This is obviously also not a trigger. No, wait. The trigger are these red ones by pulling this yellow one into alignment. That is how it works. And there we go, that was puzzle 14. Let's reach the halfway point of the basic puzzles. We're going to do that with another tower one. 6 yellow blocks, 6 red blocks.
Yeah.
And this one definitely looks confusing. L shape? No.
Yeah.
That would have been too simple. How do we create a chain out of this? With only 2 moves, that's the only thing we can do. Oh yeah, like this. That's how it worked. I did remember we needed to clear this one as a chain. Even though you are tempted to actually think this is a combo because of all the same color blocks.
Well done.
But it is clearly not how it works. 16. Oh yeah, this one gave me trouble yesterday too. And I must admit, solution does not immediately come to mind in all honesty. How did this one go again? Not like this. Yellow blocks are aligned right now. Just everything else is not. I think we need to approach this from the other side. Let's put this yellow block to the left. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. It's funny how you actually look at the puzzle and slowly yet surely the solution comes back to
Way
you.
go.
Interesting how it works like that. I cleared it yesterday. I see the puzzle for the first time today. I don't immediately see the solution, but a few moments later it comes back to me. However, that is of course not always the case. Sometimes I just still remember what I need to do. However, it seems I need to pull that trick a second time, because I don't see the solution for this one immediately either. These yellow blocks on the right are the trigger, that I do remember. I think I need to line out the red blocks, so let's pull this red block. And it looks like... yeah, this one is correct. Times 7. Meh. The fanfare for completing a basic puzzle. It actually kills the other fanfare. Even though I think the basic puzzles are actually by far the most tricky ones in this game, so... they actually deserve the biggest fanfare. And this does not seem to be correct. No. Okay, not what I was going for. Although it does look promising. This is clearly not how we can actually solve this puzzle. Let's throw a red block, because the blue ones obviously don't cut it. Yeah, this looks a lot more promising. a matter of pulling a red block, not a blue one. Even though you are tempted to actually try it with the blue one, because of the bottom right of that puzzle being blue. And speaking of blue, we have more blue blocks to actually work with. Let's line out this one. And then the red blocks also need to be lined out, of course. And the dark blue blocks are 5 and therefore need to be cleared as an L shape. So this is the solution. This one was pretty dang easy, if I do say so myself. Compared to some of the earlier ones, this one looked intimidating, but was in all honesty not that difficult. And I think the same applies here, because this one is so symmetrical, it is not even trying to be a challenge. There you go. The more symmetrical puzzles are, the easier they are to clear. Also, a rule that always applies. And also a rule that always applies is my 20-minute time. We have reached 20 minutes a while ago. Maybe I'll start cutting in one of the puzzles that actually took a while. But for now, I think this is enough. Next time we will continue Puzzle University. See you folks then, and Treecks out.